Elevated, the podcast that celebrates and shares the personal stories from airlines around the globe. Elevated is brought to you by InteliSys Aviation Systems.
So welcome to Elevated, InteliSys podcast talking about the great things going on in the aviation industry. My name is Wayne Chamberlain.
And I'm Nikki Falavena, and we're from InteliSys Aviation Systems.
We're really excited to have Stephanie Matthews on our podcast today.
Hello, I am the Director of Marketing with Calm Air. We are Canada's central regional airline. We operate in northern Manitoba, connecting in Winnipeg, and then also in the Kivalliq region of Nunavut. We're always trying to find ways to help connect our communities together, because what a lot of people don't realize is the family connections for people who are in the different communities. So, for example, you are one family who's living in Nunavut, but then you have their extended family who's living in a neighboring community that they can only get access to visit through airline travel.
So, unique to your airlines is you actually are a lifeline, like a vital service for these communities. Now, for those who are not from Canada, can you describe what one of these remote communities looks like?
For me, when I first went up north, I was taken back by the landscape, because you are going so far north that you're actually above the tree line. So you're on flat tundra, and it goes for as long as you can see. Our communities, we're so fortunate. We have the best passengers in Canada, as I would think anyways, because we are always so welcomed when we go to these communities. People in the north, the culture is very welcoming, the spirit is very positive, and we're just happy to be there.
If you could describe a little bit about the culture at Calm Air, at your airline.
So the culture at Calm Air, I think, becomes an extension of our communities. What's exciting is that everybody is so passionate about our airline and aviation and all of the exciting things that happen within the aviation industry, but also so passionate about our communities and being able to offer this essential service in the north.
So one of the things that you guys do, which is the reason we had you on the podcast today, is this amazing campaign called Breathe Calm Air.
Breathe Calm Air, it is an online video contest. The intention was to help support youth in the Kivalliq region of Nunavut, with the intention to proactively support mental health in a positive way that would help bring our communities together who, like I said, otherwise are remote, and also to help foster creativity within the youth. We had a pre-existing relationship with NHL hockey player Jordan Tutu. And for those who don't know, he is originally from Rankin Inlet, which is where one of our hubs are located. And he had always wanted to be more involved in mental health in the youth living in the north from his own personal story. With his support, we were able to create this promotional video to help launch the campaign, where he was then able to share his personal story for how he breathes calm air, and to then use that as a platform to encourage our youth who are 18 and younger to create their own video and share their own message, whether it be through dance or spending time with friends and family, whatever their message wanted to be.
What I found really interesting when reading up on your campaign was how you came up with the name of Breathe Calm Air. Could you explain that to us a little bit more?
I think when we're talking about mental health, one of the reoccurring themes that we would see in a lot of our research was how many times the topic of breathe would come up. And if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling anxious, if you're having those emotions, a lot of times you'll hear the words just breathe. We have a company name that tied into that so nicely with the name Calm Air, and trying to refocus people to just breathe calm air and find that center to just breathe. That's really what propels it.
That's amazing.
What I found super interesting talking to you, Stephanie, is how connected you and the rest of the Calm Air team are to these communities that you fly in and out of. Why do you think it is that your team feels that way?
I think the North is so, it's such a beautiful culture, and the people are so welcoming and so appreciative of everything that we do. And so I think, like anything, when you know that you're making a difference, it makes you want to do more.
And it sounds like you guys made quite a big impact on these students and in these schools, so we really commend you for that. Other than, obviously, one of the big impacts would be these students having a chance to work with Premiere Pro and Illustrator and InDesign and the different types of video tools that you've described. But is there any other either expected or unexpected results that you think came out from this campaign in the communities?
We didn't know what was going to happen. We were excited and we knew that we had a good idea here. But I think what was really encouraging was the amount of support that we had from other airlines reaching out and different organizations who operate and work in the North who understand that mental health is an issue that needs attention. In the end, Jordan's video, it did reach over 150,000 people, which for Calm Air is a great thing because it did extend beyond just our regular network. I think, when you take a sensitive topic like mental health and you're able to showcase it in a positive way, and knowing that we do care so much and that the videos were coming back so positively and being well received, I think it was hard for people not to want to be a part of that. And that was the momentum that we started to see happening was just this conversation around the good that we're doing in these communities and not just being a regular airline service provider.
Stephanie, what would you say to a peer that's sitting in another airline that is looking for ways to give back, to make impact into the communities they serve?
I think it comes down to knowing your customers and knowing what's happening in your market and finding what you can do in your business or in your role to help make a difference and connect with those customers on a personal level that goes a little bit outside your regular day-to-day operations.
It seems like you've started a movement.
And we started a conversation that wasn't happening before.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Stephanie.
Thank you very much.
All right. Have a great day.